Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. I wanted to go over our planner that we use in our house. I have gotten so many questions both in person and online about this planner, and let me tell you, this thing is what keeps me absolutely sane. So I use what is called a simple plan. I use the undated one. They all have the same amount of months in them, but I like that it doesn't have the dates already filled in, and I'm going to show you guys why as we kind of go through it. But I always stick with the undated one. From what I can remember, it's always looked like this. If you get the ones that are dated, that already have all of the numbers on the months and stuff filled in, it does look different every year, and it's always really pretty. They're usually really on trend with what you would kind of expect a homeschool mom planner to look like. But this is a homeschooling planner. I would say that this is not, even if I weren't homeschooling, I would love this planner. So I'm going to show you everything that this planner has and the beautiful things that I really, really love about it. You can see that it is spiral bound, which makes it lay flat, which I really, really like. In the very front and in the back, there are these pockets, which are really handy. So I mean, I just have so many papers in here. I probably need to clean this out, honestly. But it's really handy to keep some of the stuff that I don't have anywhere else to write. I can just throw it on a piece of paper and put it in here, and I always know where those things are at. There's just a general information section where you can write in information. I haven't done this, but you can write in information about your children. So this would be really handy to have, I guess, from year to year if you wanted to go back and look at like what their likes are and that sort of thing. And then after that, they give you some sample pages to kind of give you some ideas of the way that they suggest setting this up. So this is not how I have set this up. If the way that this is set up works better for you, then obviously you should use that. But for us, this just is what we do. Then there is a whole section just for planning. You have full a year in a glance calendars, which are really handy. And then if you want to put out your weekly schedule, there is a spot just for that. And then a spot for a yearly overview of what you want to get done per week for 36 weeks for each student. So each student plus the subject. So you have several pages of these. If that's something that you want to do, if you want to plan out the whole year in advance like that, and then when you get to actual, the weeks, if you wanted to use that as a guide, that could be super, super handy. Lots and lots and lots of extra things, even on top of what I use it for. So we have all of these yearly overview pages. So if you have several students, you are going to have enough space here to write out what you want to write out for each one. And from there, we get to the actual months. So because most people start their homeschool year in like July, August, September, they start in July. So every planner goes from July to June the next year. So we started this planner in January. So I just skipped to the January tab and started writing, which is, I guess, you could do this in any month that you start. But this is one of the reasons that I really love the undated planner, because if I got the one that was already dated and I got it in January and I wanted to start writing in January, then I would really only have a planner for the next 6 months. So this year we would do January through December of 2003, but the dated planners that they have July through December of 2023, and then January through June of 2024. So that would not work for us. So that's one of the main reasons that I go for the dated planner. So I haven't written anything on July yet, but the first page that you have on each of the months is all of the things that you want to accomplish, special activities, websites that are really important, if there are especially things with school that I want to make sure that our kids are getting to, or if as I'm planning there's a website that I want to make sure and remember, I can put it right there. The reading list that I have for them and for me. Prayer requests, and then I love that it has an answered prayers section, and then supplies needed. And then from there you have your month out of view calendar. So again, this is undated, you just go through and you write down your days, the dates in each of the little boxes. Super simple to do. In fact, I can show you what ours looks like in January. So in this is also where I put my monthly meal plan. So at the beginning of the month, I will sit down and figure out everything that we are going to have for breakfasts and dinners for that month. And then I like to just have like a little list on the side here for ideas for lunches. And then when I go grocery shopping, I can go grocery shopping for the entire month because I have it all planned out and I have it right here. And then as we use those things or as we make those meals, then I can either highlight them or cross them out. Sometimes I like to highlight the ones that we have done and cross out the ones that I know we didn't like, so I don't plan that meal again. And then as well, I like how big these squares are because I don't have it on this page, but I also like to make sure and put on here what bills need to be paid on what day. And so because I have the breakfast at the top and the dinner at the bottom, then I can put how much we need to pay for what specific bills on what specific days right in the middle of that box. So because these boxes are really big, I have found that they're really, really useful for that. And then as well, they're big enough where I can also put things that are going on in our lives. If we have doctor's appointments or dentist appointments or like a special place that we're going to go to or something like that. There's plenty of space in these boxes to write that. And then from there, you get the weekly pages. So this is one of the weeks. Let's see. I didn't write the dates at the top, but you can write the date at the top. And this is one of the weeks of our schoolwork all written out. So I have on here, I didn't write our Bible and our history lessons on here, but I have on here everything that my older kids and my toddler are going to be doing. Each kid is highlighted a specific color, and then what their actual work is that I have written down is highlighted in that same color. So they can go through here and look and say, okay, my color is green, so I can go in and find everything that is green, and those are the things that I need to look at to do. So my kids can pick up this planner at any time, and they can always look at it and see what's for breakfast tomorrow, what's for dinner tonight, what schoolwork needs to get done, what do we have going on this week. And this is always open and fully available for everyone in my family. So I have it split up where we have our Bible, history, science, math, and language arts all written down the sides. And then I write in the language arts section, I write what everyone is doing that week in language arts, what everyone is doing that week in math is in the math section, and then they are just highlighted in their individual colors. So that is how I have it set up for our actual homeschool and my meal plan and my budget planner. And you can also take any of those extra pages, any of those extra little squares that have all the lines in them at the beginning of each month and write out your budget on that. You don't have to necessarily go by what the heading on there is. I have definitely done that in the past, and that has been extremely helpful. And then at the back, we just have, again, 2 years in advance that we can look at, 2 years in the past that we can look at for each. And then in the back, we have attendance records. So obviously we don't do this, but at the top of each page, they have this place where you can write the student's name. And then if for whatever reason they aren't able to do school, if you want to keep track of the days that they do school, you could like highlight or circle. We don't in Oklahoma have to keep track of any of that, so I haven't ever done any of that, but this would make it very, very simple to keep track of that if it was something that you did need to do with your kids. And then in the back, we have curriculum trackers for individual kids as well. And I like that this is available because at the end of the year, I really like to be able to look back. If I can't just off the top of my head remember every book that every kid read, I can look at this and see, okay, every kid read these specific books this year. Every kid did lessons whatever through whatever in whatever math book. So I can just very quickly look back and see the entire year what that looked like for our whole family. And then in the back we just have extras, some grading charts, a suggested reading list, ways to salvation, so lots of different verses, a place to write down your testimony, extracurricular activity contact information, which is really nice, suggested scripture to memorize, lots of stuff, and then lots of space for extra notes. This is another place that would be really good to put your budget information on. So I haven't done that yet. I probably actually should add that to the back. So that is the Simple Plan homeschool planner. Of course, if you are not a homeschool family, this planner is also still really, really great. If you have ever looked into the block scheduling of your day idea, highly suggest it. We do that in our family. And I have found that even in times that our kids are not in school, instead of writing their lessons that need to be done on the weekly pages, I will use that to write out a blocked schedule for the week. So this is a really, really great planner. Lots and lots of extra good little stuff in there. Lots of space to write the things that need to be written. And I tell you what, I would be completely lost most days without all of the information that I am able to download from my brain to put into my planner. So I will link down below where you can pick this up. You cannot get this on Amazon Prime, but it is available on Amazon. So I will link the Amazon link down below, but I get mine from Mardel. I always like to just go in and get it. And so I like to do that. If you do not have a Mardel in your area though, it is on their website. So I will link both of those down below. And if you guys have any questions, let me know and I will talk to you guys next time. Bye.